What's up, guys? Lost in Vegas here. I'm Ryan, my man George.
Rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
Absolutely,
Rest
man.
in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
Taken too soon, man. Taken too soon.
This was devastating, and we were absolutely disgusted by the circumstances surrounding his death. Guys, full disclosure, we recorded a video that we did not release at the time that we heard about his death. That video would have been very counterproductive. It was negative.
Yeah.
Let's just say that.
Well, we had a lot of emotions. A lot of emotions going through.
A lot of emotions that led to a lot of negative things that would have been negative things that were said that would have been counterproductive.
Yep.
I don't think it would have been helpful. So we decided not to release that video, and we decided to go a route of doing a reaction, just because it's more of a celebration
of his life.
Yeah, man. This song specifically, Dedication, to me showcases exactly what
he was trying to do. Yeah, exactly.
His mission.
Yep.
And a beautiful soul, a beautiful mind was taken, a revolutionary mind was taken too soon. 33 years old,
and he was needed, man. He was needed in the culture of hip hop.
Yeah.
I really believe that.
He was in the midst of one of the greatest stories ever told.
Yeah, man.
It was almost like if you could be a fly on the wall, just sort of tracking an author creating a work of art.
Yeah.
And you just kind of can track it page by page. It's almost like getting into the thoughts of an author creating something monumental that could change the way we look at life or to change the way we move in life. It was like that. We were in the middle of an amazing story. And that's why. I mean, it hurts, to see someone like that that was doing things that I think would have benefited generations to come.
Yep.
On a major level, and hopefully,
and it could have inspired change too around the globe.
Yep.
Not just LA.
Real change.
So,
real change.
Yeah, man.
And this is a gentleman whose presence was felt. His presence was he was respected. The outpouring of condolences that we've seen. I mean, from
people, everyone, like celebrities to even just average people in LA. Around the globe.
Yep.
It's just he made a big impact, man, and he's gonna be missed. He's really gonna be missed. And George and I talk about this a lot. I mean, I hope that he doesn't die in vain, so to speak. I hope that we can continue to try to give back and help each other, our fellow man.
Yeah, the question is what happens now, and I'm hoping that people, they look at this situation, man, and we take a really, really big step back, man, and try to understand the bigger picture. And I don't know. I mean, it remains to be seen, what this death really is going to do in terms of just the mindset of people who come from these environments. I would like to think that this will inspire some sort of major change, some sort of radical change. So rest in peace to Nipsey again.
Yes, sir.
We're gonna do this song off of his album Victory Lap, which I actually had in my top 5 albums last year, which really shocked me.
Yes.
This album shocked me from Nipsey Hussle. I think this is his best work.
Yep.
And I've heard Crenshaw and some of the other mixtapes and things that he's put out. So we're gonna do this song Dedication with him and Kendrick Lamar. Of course, we've heard it. Let's get into it.
Yeah, man.
Nipsey Hussle featuring Kendrick Lamar. Dedication.
Look, my nigga, this is dedication. This is anti-hesitation. It's a real nigga celebration. It's a dime block declaration. 59th and 5th Ave, granny house with vanilla wafers. It's the remedy to separation. Tupac of my generation. Blue pill in the fucking matrix. Red rose in the great pavement. Young black nigga trapped and he can't change it. Know he a genius, he just can't claim it. Cause they left him no platforms to explain it. He frustrated, so he get faded. But deep down inside, he know you can't fade him. How long should I stay dedicated? How long till opportunity meet preparation? I need some real nigga reparations. Or I run up in your bank just for recreation. Dedication, hard work, plus patience. To some more of my sacrifice, I'm done waiting. Told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication. Dedication.
So yeah, crazy verse, right?
Yeah, man. It's almost like you hear him and you listen to his music, man. It's almost like surreal, right? Like, man, he's really not here anymore. Mm-hmm. It's crazy, man. It's crazy.
A couple lines in there, man, that were excellent, just well written. Tupac of my generation. I felt that.
I did too.
Well, he was carrying out the things that Tupac was aiming for, right?
Right.
When Tupac said that I may not be the mind that makes the change, but I'll spark the mind that makes the change. Well, Nipsey was the change.
Yep.
He was putting that that came to fruition through Nipsey.
Yep.
So when he says Tupac in my generation, I believe that.
Yeah.
I really do. In terms of just his impact, just outside, not only within the music, but outside of the music, culturally. But a red rose in a gray pavement. He rose through the difficulties that come with growing up in the concrete jungle, right? Representative of the concrete jungle, the concrete. So then he said, no, he a genius. He just can't claim it, right? Because they left him with no platforms to explain it. Well, when you come from these environments, you don't have. It's almost like your voice is voiceless.
Yeah, the voice cannot be heard. This is a person that sees that there's a problem. Something needs to change, right? And he's trying to bridge the gap. I love that Matrix line, right? Because it's the blue pill. It's like he's the vision. He's awake. You know, in the Matrix, when Keanu Reeves took the blue pill, he could see the world in its truest form for the first time. So I kind of feel like that's what he's saying here, man. It's like, when you open your eyes and you see outside of just you and getting money and stuff like that, there's a bigger picture at play here, right? So that's kind of what I think that's what I really loved about that verse, man. It really kind of brought to life what he was doing, Beautiful, man.
Absolutely. Yeah, and just to touch on that line, though, specifically, no, he a genius, he just can't claim it because they left him with no platforms to explain it. It's the one thing that I can say about his death is that he ended up having that, right? Yeah. He ended up creating that platform, right? He created that platform and ended up having this vision that we all were starting to see, So his death, yes, he died, but we're seeing the marathon, right? I'm seeing people #marathon, right? It's a marathon. You know what I mean? That means that it's a race. It's a long road, but here are the steps, right, to winning the race. So I thought that was. I guess what I'm taking out of that is at least he was able to see his plan to an extent come to fruition. You know what I mean? So dope, but dope verse. Let's keep it going.
Dedication. I spent my whole life thinking out the box. Boxing homies 3-on-1, got DP, but I ain't dropped. Chirp on me, here I come. Spin around the block, they blurked on me. Said I ran a stop sign, but that's a lie. I spent my whole life staring at the stage, playing Sega, daddy smoking Sherm, mama playing spades, catching vapors. Grandma said I get some Jordans for my grades. That's my baby. When she died, my heart broke 100 ways. I spent my whole life trying to make it, trying to chase it. The cycle of a black man divided, trying to break it. You take a lost shit, don't cry about it, just embrace it. Mine a setback for major comeback, that's my favorite. My nigga L said you do a song with Nip. K-Dot here better grip. I said he a man first, you hear the words out his lips about flourishing from the streets to black businesses. Level 4 y'all living, giving to false.
He's losing his mind. Yeah, I love that line when he said you should do a song with Nip, K-Dot, he a better crip. I said he a man first. You hear the words out his lips. Thought that was dope, man. You know what I mean? Because I think he realizes, because he kind of went in, he's about flourishing in the streets of black businesses. He kind of went down the line, just lost his mind. I love the pocket he was in too. He's a man first before he was a crip, I mean, people, I think especially when you're in the hood, people really try to pick things that they feel is attributes, and to be honest, guys, a lot of people in the hood, man, you idolize the guys that were deep in the streets. And that's why he said, he was a crip. He was like, nah, he's a better man first. He's doing things to build up the streets, you know what I'm saying? Even though that's where he started, but he made that change, man. And that's why I don't like the fact that he passed away.
Well, he was a beacon of hope.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean? This is a dude that was running the streets. He was a crip himself, right? So he understood exactly what they were. That's why he went back. He didn't have to do it. Nipsey could have been in Miami somewhere. He could have been, you know what I'm saying? He could have.
That's true.
Or on the outskirts, maybe, or in Calabasas, right? Yep. And I'm not saying that he didn't have any homes in those areas, but I'm just saying he didn't have to be in that situation.
He didn't have to be on the front line.
He didn't, but it was deliberate. He wanted his presence to be felt. He wanted people to see. You know what I mean? I'm one of you.
Yep.
I come from where you come from. You see me here. And you see me doing this X, Y, and Z.
Yep.
Right? So he was a beacon of hope. He was someone that these dudes could relate to. Not everybody could relate to the way that Jay-Z moved or the way that a lot of these rappers move.
Yep.
But when it's someone that's from the set, right, that's doing this specific thing in front of you, you know that it's possible.
Yep.
You're like, oh shit, right? I love this line in here when he said, "The cycle of a black man divided, trying to break it. You take a loss, shit, don't cry about it, just embrace it.
Yeah.
Minor setback for major comeback. That's my
favorite.
Just again, Kendrick is another beacon of hope, just like J. Cole's another beacon of hope. You know what I mean? Why do people keep saying these things about these artists? Because they're talking about things that are going to hopefully ignite change.
Yep.
The change that Nipsey had put into motion, and specifically.
It's more than rap.
Yeah, it's deeper than rap.
It's about the culture, man. It's about helping each other embrace it, right? I love that. He was like, don't cry about it, just embrace it, man. He was like, minor setbacks, come back. That's my favorite. You know what I'm saying? Because I think...
Well, you have no hope but to. You're going to face setbacks, especially when you're trying to come from here. If you're trying to come from here to there's just a lot more barriers that you're going to run into. It's difficult coming from poverty to make something out of yourself, right? Yep. So minor setbacks, just be prepared for that. Yep. Minor setbacks for major comebacks. That's my favorite. Like it's
builds
almost
character, man.
Yeah, exactly. Builds character, and it's a mindset that I think that that shows strength. You know what I mean? It shows mental strength because you're going to need that. You're right. You're going to need that in order to persevere. So fire. Let's keep it going.
I spent my whole life trying to make it, trying to chase it. The cycle of a black man divided, trying to break it. You take a lost shit, don't cry about it, just embrace it. Minor setback for major comeback, that's my favorite. My nigga L said you do a song with Nip. K-Dot here better grip. I said here man first, you hear the words out his lips about flourishing from the streets to black businesses. Level 4 y'all living, giving to false imprisonment. Listen close my nigga, it's bigger than deuces and foes my nigga. Since elementary we close my nigga, you're straight like that. I give you the game, go back to the turf and give it right back. For generations we've been dealt bad hands with bad plans. Prove your dedication by hopping out Grand Ams. I'm at the premiere, politicking with Top Nip and Snoop. Damn, Pac watching the way we groove. Dedication. If it ain't congratulate, then it look like hate. If it ain't congratulate, then it look like what Nip said. Hold up. Look, this ain't entertainment. It's 4 niggas on a slave ship. These soldiers and spirituals I swam against them waves with. Ended up on shore to their amazement. I hope the example I set's not contagious. Lock us behind gates but can't tame us. Used to be stay safe, now stay dangerous. Cause ain't no point playing defense, nigga. That's why I dove off the deep end, nigga, without a life jacket. Couple mil, tour the world, all my life cracking.
Crazy lines in there though.
Yeah, man.
Man, that swim, what did he say?
Yeah, what he...
This ain't entertainment, it's for niggas on the slave ship. These songs just the spirituals I swam against them waves with. Yeah. These songs just the spirituals I swam against the waves with. First of all, that was beautiful writing.
It was.
Right? Beautifully written, poetic. And specifically, his songs are supposed to be motivating. They're supposed to be motivation, rather. And they're supposed to be inspirational.
Yep.
For people going, what do the waves represent, right? The barriers, the obstacles that you run into, right? So these songs are supposed to help you get through those tough times, right? Inspire you, educate you.
Like the helms of life. You know what I mean? So that way you can get past the trials and tribulations. Right. Beautiful, man.
And he said, I ended up on the shore to their amazement. I made it.
Yep.
The shore meaning he made it to the top.
Yep.
Right?
Like, how did you do that? Like, how did you do that?
How the fuck did he do that?
Because you're supposed to be a product of your environment, right?
Yep.
And he persevered, man.
You know, just look at the numbers, man. Look at the statistics. I mean, you know, if you come from here, and you're trying to get here, these people from here are not projected to make it.
Correct.
The numbers showcase that, right? Yep. So when he says to their amazement, you know, to people who are probably at the top,
it wasn't supposed to happen.
You are not supposed to be there.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Based off of what the statistics show. So that was fire. Then he said specifically the stay dangerous. So he said it used to be stay safe. Now it's stay dangerous. Because ain't no point in playing defense. You know what I mean? So I thought that was hard. And I think what he means by stay dangerous is, you know, not playing defense, being on the offense. You got to be proactive. Right. Being proactive and make it happen. Staying safe, I mean, it's almost like being the predator or the prey, right? Being the predator in terms of going after your dreams and aggressively going after your dreams and not taking no for an answer is how I'm taking that.
And he said, that's why I dove off in the deep end, nigga, with no jacket, with no life jacket. He's
no
like,
safety net.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Go for it. Go for your dreams, man.
Right. So you could stay safe and stay complacent, and you can let life pass you by.
Yep. Absolutely.
Or you can be aggressive. You can aggressively follow your dreams and try to reach your goals. So I'm jumping off into the deep end. I'm going for it. I'm putting it all on red.
But you know what, guys, man? I'm not going to be long-winded with this, but this is something that George and I talk about all the time, man. I think if you don't jump in life, Steve Harvey had a really good inspirational video on that. Check that out if you get a chance. But if you don't do that, man, I think you deny yourself and deny the world of what you're great at. I seriously believe that. I think if you stay safe and not to say that you'll have a bad life, whatever the case may be, but if you don't follow your passions and your dreams in life, man, yes, you'll get financial success, but you're robbing yourself and robbing the world of something great. Really think about that, guys. If Elon Musk never jumped out and said, you know what, I'm going to really go ham and go full throttle with this electric vehicle thing. People laughed at him, dude. He had a lot of obstacles he had to persevere through. Yeah. Tesla almost didn't make it. But I just say all that, guys. I'm not trying to be too long-winded, but I just say all that, guys, because that's what I think he was an embodiment of. You know,
which is why it was this was such a tough loss, because it's just rare for people, man, to come along and jump out of that comfort zone. It took me a very long time in my life personally. Both of us. To jump out of that comfort zone. Because here's the thing. You grow up poor. You know what it's like to be poor. Yeah. You don't ever want to go back to being poor, right? Yeah. That fear is what keeps you, at a certain level.
I'm telling you, preach.
So you can be paycheck to paycheck, but you're comfortable. But because that fear of just getting back to that point, it stifles you. It stifles your growth, right? So for someone to come from being poor, for him to say, "No, I'm going to abandon that, and I'm just going to put it all on this," right? I'm going to gamble this, and I believe in this mission. I believe in this thought process. For him to do that, man, it takes a special kind of person. It takes a special kind of mind, a different level of drive. Most people aren't like that, and I understand why. It is a difficult choice to make. So that's why it was such a major loss, man. Yeah. I know the kids would respect and pay attention to this, man. I know the people who are young, up and coming, working hard on their 9-to-5s or working hard in the hood, and see that taken away and stripped away is just...
It's debilitating. You're like, there's no hope. That's what you feel like. Anyway.
It's just like, if you're going to take that man's life, yeah. I don't know. Yep. I don't know, man. Crush the verse. Let's finish it up.
I was mapping this out, I hit the heights backwards. Topping out the 85 and Reebok classes. Ran a couple marathons just to get established. To make it happen, you got to have dedication, hard work, plus patience. To some more of my sacrifice, I'm done waiting. Told you that I wasn't playing. Now you hear what I've been saying. Dedication. Dedication.
We couldn't have picked a better song for Nipsey Hussle, man.
Absolutely.
The song's called Dedication. He dedicated himself to a plan, to a mission, to a cause.
Something bigger than him.
Bigger than himself.
Yep.
Right? So just to read some things here about what he was accomplishing, for those of you who are not familiar with Nipsey Hussle, it says here that he opened up Vector 90. And Vector 90 specifically was a co-working space that served as a cultural and intellectual hub for entrepreneurs and creatives. Yep. While heightening the economic and social fabric of the neighborhoods, right? That's what he was trying to do, to open up a science and technology hub.
In those neighborhoods? Dude.
And it specifically says here, one of Hussle's goals with the center was to provide an outlet for youth to explore technology as a viable career option rather than get involved in gang activity.
How beautiful is that? That's beautiful, man. That's big picture thinking.
It's beautiful, right? But it's just heartbreaking. Yeah. You know what I mean? He also had like this art, I believe this open air art museum that he put in the, it was, I think, in those environments, in his neighborhood as well.
Art museum.
Yep. And then he was also trying to add more healthier options for restaurants. He had a restaurant in the plaza that he owns, and he was trying to give healthier options for people that come from the neighborhood he comes from, right? Because when you grow up in the hood, what's in the hood? Liquor stores, fast food restaurants. Yep. You don't have healthier options. That's Typically, you have to get on a bus or whoever to travel somewhere to get healthier options.
Exactly.
You don't see Whole Foods.
No, you don't see that.
You don't see that in the hood.
No.
So if you don't have a Whole Foods or healthier options in the hood, what typically does that mean?
You're gonna obesity, health problems, diabetes, high blood pressure, you name it.
Right.
The list is on and on and on. You know.
So I just wanted to really touch on some of the things that he was trying to do, and that's just, you know, he had a story, he had a lot of other things that he had going on, but those are just some of the things that he was trying to put forth and accomplish. And you know, just to give you guys an idea of where he was at.
Dude, and I just think that, like you said earlier, man, this is the best song for that. The things that you described there, what is that? That's dedication. What is dedication? Hard work plus patience. I think that sums it up, right? The sum of all my sacrifice.
Yep. In a sacrifice, when he says marathon, I think that's what he's saying.
Right.
This isn't going to be a short, quick, easy roll. It's a marathon. It's going to take a while to get these things set up, but this was part of that marathon. This was the story. Right. You know, so
and you know, that was beautiful. I'm sorry that I'm going with this, but that's true. He said ran a couple marathons just to get established, so just to get the foundation. Because to make it happen, you gotta have it. You gotta have some money to make other things happen.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So he said he had to run a marathon his whole life just to get established.
Yep.
Just to be on you know,
and even
a platform. And then he can do other things, make other changes. So, yeah, man.
And we were at the, believe it or not, I mean, we were at the beginning of the marathon still. We were still at the beginning of the race.
Yep.
You know what I mean? This is, you know, this was just the start, you know. And hopefully people could take heed to this, and we can really sit back and reflect on this man's life and what he was trying to accomplish. And maybe we can have some people step up and try to do, you know, similar things. Although him being taken, his life being taken in this hood, right? The hood that he comes from.
Yep.
The hood that he was trying to employ these things in. It's a very discouraging set of events.
It is, man.
So what does the future hold? Where do we go from here? Now that an individual like Nipsey Hussle was taken from the hood, where do we go? You know, what's the are we going to be a part of the solution or continue to be part of the problem? Continue to support
a
toxic question, mindset, the same toxic mindset that's perpetuated in rap, the same toxic mindset that took this man's life. You know, on a very small scale, guys. I mean, we do things a certain way on this channel for a reason. You know what I mean? We are trying to look at the bigger picture in our own way, and bring you guys along for the ride, and hopefully inspire people to think differently about life, not just the music, but just thinking differently about what the music is saying and what type of influence it's having. So I'm anxious to see, you know, hopefully his death isn't in vain, and hopefully people will
use this as motivation, you know, to do whatever you can. Do your part, man. People like this inspire change.
Something as simple as, you know, giving artists a shot who have something positive and motivating to say. Something that just the music you stream. So when people think that, you know, you have to go out there and change the world by opening a storefront or something drastic. No, just by you listening to specific artists that have something that are making great music. You want the music to be great, but have something positive and motivating and inspiring to talk about.
That can really change the way people think, right? And change the world. You know what I'm saying?
So you can play a part in changing things by listening to certain artists, man. That's all. Just, you know, just so you guys know, it doesn't have to be this big thing.
Exactly.
Every little thing here and there helps to the bigger picture. So just something to think about.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying?
And just so you guys know, real quick, we're not monetized on this video at all. So we just want to, you know.
We don't do that.
Send him out with a bang, man. We really wanted to just show our love and our appreciation of what Nipsey Hussle meant.
What he meant, what
genre,
he was trying to do.
Culture, music.
This is a big loss. This is gonna hurt for a while. So rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle.
Yes,
we send our condolences to his family. And that's the end of the video. If you guys enjoyed it, please hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. This is Lost in Vegas. I'm George. That's Ryan.
We out.
We out.